Okay, this is a basic tutorial on how to add articles to the Healthy Dogs, Healthy Communities website. The first thing that you need to do is go to healthydogshealthycommunities.ca/wp-login.php, and that'll bring you to the login page. The credentials are Jay Woodsworth, and then Jordan will give you the password. You could log in, and then you'll be greeted with this lovely dashboard. So if you look on the actual website itself, the part of the website that we are updating.
Welcome to the Healthy Dogs, Healthy Communities website,
which is down here. And in this knowledge base, there's a ton of different categories of posts, most of which are generated by veterinary students, but there's also from other veterinarians. So for example, Dr. Melanie Youngs out of Manitoba. So the way that this website works is that in order for all of these posts, blog posts to show up and work properly and look right, you have to do things in the right way. So for example, if we click on this web one, physically healthy behaviors, you'll see that there's an image at the top. You'll see that we have headings. We have bolded text highlighted, and then we have an additional resources section with a Kahoot linked, and then another article linked, and then resources hidden behind these arrows, and then tags at the bottom. So all of this doesn't happen automatically. You have to go through every single one of these posts and do it yourself. So in order to show you how to do that properly, I thought I would walk you through that through our a little tutorial here. So when you want to do a new post, you can either go here and click to the top of the dashboard, click new, and then post. You could do that. That's one way to go. Or you can go over here to your posts section, and then you can, I guess it's the same thing. You can also click new up here, but this is where all of the posts are located. You can see the author is always going to be Jordan because this is Jordan's website, Jordan's login credentials. So it's all going to be attached to Jordan's as the author. And then there's different categories and different tags. Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later. But the categories are important to get it to show up where you want it to go. The title's important. And then, yeah. Okay, so let's go new post. And this is just going to be a dummy post. So we're just going to call this post to help. Oh, actually, maybe I'll make it this one. What's it called here? How to add resources to this website. Okay. For the featured image, maybe we'll do that first just so we don't forget. Set a featured image, and then here are all the images currently on the website. So let's just find one that we like. Now, featured images tend to show up best as squares. So let's do this one. Yeah, that kind of looks okay over there. You can tell. Yeah. You want the subjects kind of in that area because most of the time the website gets kind of squished down there. Okay, so the big thing that you have to know in the text of the website is, okay, first of all, put an image at the top of the website, at the top of the post, just because then it'll look uniform and how the rest of them are formatted. We're going to find a happy image that we've used before. How about this one? This is a happy guy. Okay. And we'll stretch it out. It's not going to lose its resolution too bad. And then we will center it. How do we do that? This one right here. Align center. Perfect. Okay. Then we need a heading. Now you can either add a block and search for a heading. That's one way to do it. Or you can do backslash and just type heading and it'll show up. What is this for? Okay, there's my heading. Now all of the headings on the blog post need to be set to heading 3 or else they won't display properly. It is important, however, that when you are posting these things, that the headings, like you might get a Word document or a PDF or even an infographic, that has been uploaded, but none of those things are going to work if you just upload an infographic. Like, it's not searchable by the website. It's not searchable by Google. If you just do a straight up image, what you have to do is you have to take the actual text, the actual information out of those website or out of that infographic and actually put it on the page, because the text is what can be searched super easily by both the website's search engine and also like Google when you're trying to find good resources. So anyway, what is this for? So I'll just do a quick description here in regular text. Blog post exists to help whoever takes over the administration of this website to know how to add articles to the website and have them formatted properly, be searchable by both the website and search engines, and how to manage attachments and media. Perfect. And then let's do another heading. So the reason we got to break these things up with headings so much, who is this article for, is because it improves the readability of the article, which makes it easier to catalog and makes it better likely to be found when people are searching the internet for good information on these things. Like, for example, veterinary care up north. Well, if people are searching that and the article is laid out properly, they should be able to find it relatively quickly in their search. But if they don't, if we don't format these articles properly, it'll just get buried along with whatever else is showing up. So who is this article for? This article is for whichever staff or student from the College of the Western College of Vet is tasked with maintaining this website. Okay. The other thing I will say is, because you'll notice I'm typing everything into these posts is really the easiest way to make sure there isn't any weird like formatting or like invisible formatting making its way onto the website. For example, if a student were to use generative AI to build their article, and then, we just copy and paste that article right onto the website. Sometimes that's putting stuff on the website we don't really want on the website, just stuff that's going to like lower its chances of being searched for. So we don't want to do that. Okay. Anyway, so that's headings. That's text. It's pretty straightforward. You can copy and paste text into it for sure. But just like I said, just make sure that, you're copying, pasting only the content, not anything extra. The headings help to split up the article. The last thing that I will say is I'm going to show you how to do media, specifically YouTube. So if you do, let's do heading first. Video tutorial. And then again, we're switching it to heading 3 to make sure that it is the same. We're going to put this YouTube, the one that I'm doing right now, right here, but we don't have it uploaded yet, so that's fine. So we'll just keep it like that for now. And then at the end of every article, you do this. You add a separator. There's a section called additional resources with a colon, and then you turn that into a heading 3 as usual. Okay. And then let's say we're going to also link something related art. Let's say an article related to this. Okay. So it's you just select it, an article related to click here for a related article. Okay, so you can highlight that, link it, and then let's do this. Let's go, let's find a good related article. maybe what we'll do is we'll do in the categories on the knowledge base, we'll go to for vet students, because that's ultimately what we will probably categorize this one is. And we'll do the Think Like a Teacher, because this is a resource that I have made for vet students, and it is similar to this. So we will, copy and paste the link into that area, hit enter. Now that's linked. Now what you have to do is you have to turn this into a details, and that makes it into a little arrow. Summarize it. Okay, so now what happens is, and then you add another line to end it. So every blog post needs to have title image on the top, headings, text, any additional media, video, tutorial. Sometimes you can put that at the top of the page, but it needs to be on there. And then in the additional resources section at the bottom, it's a line, heading, additional resources, your additional resources, and they need to be hidden behind an arrow that you click down, and then you can link to it. The only exception to this is if you're going to make a Kahoot and link to it, the text says, click here to play a classroom Kahoot based on this article. Sorry. The text is, oh my goodness, my memory. You go like this, play a classroom Kahoot based on this article. Click here. And then you would only link this text to that article. Okay, but we're not going to do a classroom Kahoot based on this article, so we can just get rid of that. Okay, so now down here, we have search engine optimization, and we got a little red smiley face that's not happy with this. So we have to add in a focus key phrase. So updating the Healthy Dogs, Healthy Communities website. Go like that, and it gets orange. Okay, and then we come down here, and a meta description. We have to add in our own, and so we are going to say, if you are the student or staff member charge of updating this website, here is a video tutorial on how to do it. And when it gets green, we're good. Okay. And then it's still going to give us an orange face, but that's fine for now. Okay. Post over here in the corner, click on post, and then come down here. And then the other thing that we need to keep in mind are tags and categories. So for the category, we're going to put this as for vet students. You don't want to ever leave something in uncategorized because it's kind of useless. You want to tag it in what's going to be important, and this is probably going to be for vet students. So because there's probably going to be a vet student that's updating this. So we'll go for vet students. And then the tag, we don't have a set tag. What I have been using the tags for is if there is content in the article that isn't explicitly in the text of the article, added as a tag. That way, if people go to use the search functionality, they can find it. So for example, for this article, I'm going to put Rob Schaff because that's me. I'm narrating. I'm going to put tutorial because it's not in the text. Sometimes you have to do it twice. There we go, tutorial. And I might put a how to and maybe WordPress and maybe blog article. These are all words that aren't showing up explicitly in our text, but if a person were to search them, it would help it to show up in their search results. Okay, what else was I going to say? That's probably good for now. So, it isn't because we got to embed a YouTube thing. So I am just going to, how do I do this? I just realized that I have to upload this video in order to upload it here. So what we'll do is let's just pretend for now. Let's come over to YouTube. So this is Jordan's Healthy Dogs, Healthy Communities YouTube site. Go over to YouTube Studio and go to content. And let's just, for now, grab a dog bite prevention. So how it works is this. The way that I've been doing it is, if this is a video that we don't want your generally YouTube viewing audience to just stumble upon, put it as unlisted. But if it's like a short video, something that could be useful for everybody to look at, then put it as public. So for example, giving pills to dogs and cats, it's kind of useful. So we put it as public. You can see there's 1,300 views and 7 likes. Very nice. But a video that's like 5 freedoms of animal welfare, which is probably more like website specific, more the context of the website is important to the things that are being said in the video. Like it just doesn't make sense on its own. Then you put it as unlisted. So for example, let's just use this one for now. Dog bite prevention grade 3. So what we can do is we can click on the video, copy and paste the YouTube video link, and then add it to our post over there. There we go. And you hit embed, boop, and then the video shows up and it's good. Now, of course, I'm going to put this video, the one that I'm making currently right here in this spot. So in the video details, it's important that you put the title. And then if it's going to be public viewing, it's really important that you add things in the description to help people understand the context, and also make sure you link https:// healthy dogs healthy communities.ca. It's important that you put that in there just so that people, if they watch the video, they can find where it's coming from. And then you just save that. And excellent. And let's just make sure that link works. Click it. Watch the video, pause, go to the description, click on the link. Oh, I didn't do it right. Okay, let's do that slower. This is why it's important to check your work. https:// communities.ca. Enter. Save. And now let's try that again. Okay, so if we pause it and click it, and now it works. So I don't know where the typo was, but I typed it in wrong. And this is why you always check. Okay, so now what I'm going to do when it comes to this particular one, the last thing that you do is, once this is uploaded, you hit publish. It'll ask you to check. You're going to see that there's an orange here. That's good. You just don't want it to be red and a green. Great. And then you can publish it. And then it's live on the website. So then if we go to, just going to leave that one open. If we go to Healthy Dogs, healthycommunities.ca, go down to
Welcome to the Healthy Dogs.
And if we go to, what do we call it? It was under 4 vet students, right? There it is. How to add, and we click. And there it goes. Now, we didn't have that video there yet, so it's just showing up as nothing. But if we click on the related article, there we go. Okay, and I just wanted to demonstrate. If we search, and there it is on the this page on the knowledge base is always going to show the most recently updated articles. Okay, but let's say let's search for Rob. Let's see. Jade Roberts, feeding cats and dogs. I wonder if I have to search for Rob Schaff actually to get me. That tag isn't working. Well, something I'll have to investigate, because tags should definitely work. Anyways, that is how you update the website. Okay, and what else did I want to show you? Yeah, anytime you make a change to the website, you just want to make sure that all of the links are working properly. Everything that you wanted to have it do are actually working properly. Okay. Thank you so much for watching.